Hi, I'm Anisha. I'm currently 28 and I've switched careers 3 times. I currently work in tech and I'm also an aspiring business entrepreneur. So I would like to share 10 things that I've learnt in my 20s that could really help someone who's in the early 20s to mid 20s and trying to get it all together in life. I spent a lot of my early 20s feeling like I'm running out of time. I felt like I haven't got it together and everybody else had the secret roadmap that they were trying to follow and I wasn't aligned with it. So I wish these are 10 things that someone told me in my early 20s just to feel less alone. And this might help you because you might be able to invest your energy in something that actually matters and as opposed to, worrying about things that's out of your control. And events that'll just pay out if you take the right actions. I firstly want to start off by saying you are not behind. Everybody is on their own path in life and it's very hard to compare your journey in life with someone else. Even if you guys are in the same career path, doing the same things, came out of the same university, a lot of the times what you see of another person's life is just from an external viewpoint. So you need to understand everything that you do and work on internally is what matters. So you are not behind in any way or form. It's just how you can better yourself every day. Every day, you just need to make sure that you are working on becoming 1% better than you were the day before. Or not even 1%, just better than you were the day before. And that's the most important aspect. And a lot of the time, when you're feeling behind, it doesn't actually mean you are behind. It just shows that you do care a lot about how your journey in life is. And that's why you're feeling these strong emotions where your body's trying to make you feel safe and saying you are behind and you just need to work to become better. But that's usually not the case. The next one being careers are allowed to be changed, especially now at 2025, 2026. There's nothing stopping you from switching careers. If you feel like you're in the wrong path or you're doing the wrong thing and you do not enjoy what you're doing, there is always opportunities out there for you to switch careers. As someone who's switched careers 3 times in 3 very highly technical fields, I can assure you, if you work hard and if you put the work in, you can switch careers. And changing directions doesn't mean you're failing. Changing direction just means that you are aligning to what fits you. And that's really important. As you progress in life, you do not know all the pathways out there. You do not know what aligns with you until you try it out. So switching careers is not a wrong move. This might be a controversial opinion, but aligning with the last point, I strongly believe stability comes before passion. A lot of the time, stability is just a stepping stone into passion. When you're good at something, when you're confident, when you're skillful, when you're determined at something, a lot of the times you build passion for it. So I think it's important to be able to invest time into what you like and try to take the right paths to become skillful at it rather than rushing the process and just trying to understand or if you're passionate for it, because passion a lot of the time comes with these skills. This is one of the most important points I'm going to say in this video. A lot of the time we think money buys happiness. I don't want to be cliche, but money does not buy happiness. Money buys you time. And time is the most important thing a human being can have. Because time gives you the ability to rest. Time gives you the ability to do what you want to do. And time gives you the ability to build what you want to build. And I think that's the most important thing you should take away from this. When you do something, a lot of the time we think, oh, money is the most important aspect. But it's the fact that what money can give you, which is time. So when you're able to, a lot of the times, a lot of people think they're chasing money, but they're actually chasing financial freedom because they want to be able to have the ability to do what they. And as someone who left their high paying job and took a 15K pay cut to change careers, I can assure you that money is not the most important value at all points. And I think it will take a bit of time to get your mind around this. But once you're able to, you'll really understand what I mean. This next one took me a bit of time to understand. A lot of the time when you're anxious or in an uncomfortable situation, that's where the biggest growth happens. Because you need to be able to distinguish what's fearful and what's alignment. So when you are in an uncomfortable situation and you're learning and you're building and you're becoming a better individual, that is uncomfortable. That is definitely a difficult process because you can't become a better version of yourself if you're doing the same things over and over and if you're in your comfort zone. So it's important to distinguish, okay, what's actually fear and what's actually alignment. And if that fear is merging with alignment, then potentially it's worth taking that risk. This one, a lot of people can relate to. As you develop in your 20s and as you grow into your 20s, you will lose a lot of your friends. You will lose a lot of people close to you, and your friend circle will become smaller. The people close to you become smaller. And that is a completely normal process. Because when you evolve in your 20s, a lot of things take up your time. A lot of things, your priorities shift. Now, your priority is not going out with your friends every weekend. Your priority is maybe building a brand, building a career, building a side hustle. And during that process, you start to outgrow people, you start to outgrow places, you start to outgrow habits that you thought you once enjoyed. And that's completely normal. You're not abandoning people, you're just becoming a different version of yourself. And that doesn't align with what you used to do in the past. And that's a completely normal, healthy thing. Do not let anyone make you feel guilty for not being able to provide the time, because that's just the nature of evolution. That's just evolution, really. As someone who wanted to do social media for the last 6 years, I can tell you that consistency beats intensity. There'll be days in the past 6 years where I'll just wake up and I was like, I want to make a video. I want to become a YouTuber. I want to do this. And then I'll make one video and that'll completely tie me out. And then I'm like, I never think about it for another year before I'm like, oh, I really wanted to do this. And that's why it's really important to build a lifestyle and a habit that you're able to be consistent with. When you're consistent, that's when you see results. Anything that takes a long time will always be the most worth it. And that's where you'll get the best results. So just be consistent. Just trust the process. Have habits that help you recur the actions. And that will get you a lot further in life than having short bursts of motivational, intense actions that are more likely to burn you out in the short term. A lot of people confuse being busy with results or moving forward, and that's really not the case. I would say spend the majority of your time in your 20s trying to find clarity of who you are, what do you enjoy, what you want to do. And you have to take actions to be able to understand that. You need to try different things to be able to understand what you really want. But just doing a whole load of work that's not productive or that's not in line with your goal, it's not going to get you very, very far. Once you find clarity and when you take focused actions that are specific to what you want, you're likely to see much greater results than having sporadic actions that don't align with where you want to reach. Okay, this is a tough one to execute because in the age of social media, comparison is so easy. But realize that comparison kills clarity. And the reason I say this is that everyone's doing a different thing. Everyone's on a different path. Everyone's trying to achieve different things. So why would you compare yourself with someone else? You are an individual. You are special for who you are. So comparing yourself with someone else is not going to help. And I emphasize on this because when you compare, you are not listening to your own voice. You're listening to the voice in other people's head and what they think is right. Someone else's path might look amazing on social media or in real or from an external perspective, but that might not be amazing for you. For example, you see a travel influencer who gets invited to all these resorts to come stay in these luxury villas, but maybe for you, traveling on a daily basis is just not sustainable. For you, you enjoy creating lifestyle content, or you enjoy being in a career that's fulfilling, that's 9 to 5, that you can cut off at and have your free time at the end of the day. That's very different vision. So you cannot compare yourself with someone else that's on their own path in life. And the closing point I'm going to leave you with is that you do not need to know how your entire life is going to look. You literally just need to know what your next 3 months plan is, what your next 1 year plan is, what actions are you going to take to achieve your goals. And during that process, even within 3 months, you might realize, okay, that's not your goal anymore. Your goal is actually changing. Your goal is actually very different to what you thought you enjoy, what you actually want to achieve. And then you shift that, you change that. That's why I'm personally a person who likes to visualize things for a year and that's it. And then the rest, I will figure out when the next year comes. This might not work for a lot of people, but I would say if you do not have clarity, just focus on the next month, the next 3 months, and the next year. And think of it in terms of what you want to achieve and then what you need to perform in order to achieve it. And that really helps. And just to summarize, I really hope this helps someone who's in their 20s or someone who's past their 20s and looking back, they can reflect on these points and they actually align with them as well. So remember, your 20s are not to have everything figured out. Your 20s is for you to become someone or establish who you are and who you want to become. And good things take time. So just give it time and it will happen. If you've got this far in the video, I would really appreciate if you could drop some comments on some tips that you could share for people in their 20s. Drop this video a like and subscribe if you really enjoyed it. And I'll be sharing more career, finance, and lifestyle content. See you. Bye.